correct? Emma?
It's not so much under a review, it's going to be amended.
Okay. Is going to be amended.
I don't know if that's the right language, because council decides if it gets amended, but amendments will be
Is
going to council for
coming
consideration.
forward to council for proposed amendments.
Yeah, there you go.
Okay. And whereas traffic calming is one of the priorities to be included.
Road safety.
It's road safety amendments with a emphasis on traffic
Amendments for
calming.
improving road safety,
Yeah.
yeah. Because then this would fall into the same umbrella.
Safety will be included. Therefore, be it resolved that the committee recommend that council direct staff to consider including a passing cyclist section in the traffic and use of streets bylaw.
Should we reference Calgary?
I have Calgary in the minutes, and I've actually pulled that section you like and put it in the minutes.
So they'll
Okay.
see that.
So they may, the good readers will see that.
I guess we have.
You want me to say similar to the one they have in Calgary?
Yeah, just
Okay.
I'd like a lot of people might
Yeah.
not know that this has been done before.
Yeah, because we want to make sure that, yeah, because I
Okay.
think that's
I'll
a
say, I'll
really
use a
important.
whereas Calgary has,
Recently
Say-
enacted.
I was recently enacted.
Was it adopted? Because it doesn't have the adoption rules.
Oh, I think it was. The headline on CBC was that it was, but I didn't send that.
It does say to come into force on September 1st to do that.
I'm 90% sure that this happened.
Oh, well, Councillor Morris will tell us whether it's happened or
Yeah,
not.
yeah, exactly. Okay, is that good? So we have a motion, with anybody like to first it?
First it.
First it? Because I'm gonna speak in garbled tones now. Seconder? Okay, all in favor? Opposed? No? Awesome, perfect. Okay, so I think that's that. So now we are to Emma again with a update.
I'll try to make this really quick because I actually want to leave in 10 minutes for my favorite.
I know, we're getting to 59.
There's not a collector report on Cardina. I think everyone just sees stuff that's happening. It's supposed to end in November, end of November, so it'll keep happening. The pedestrian lighting portion, which was separated from the roadwork contract, we asked for a quote from BA Blacktop, who is the contractor, to put in the conduit for the lighting, and it was way over budget, so that's a little concerning. So we're not going to have them do that. They're just going to put in a conduit from the power pole at the corner of Gardena and Bona and the Trek Road, the one right in everyone's way, to put a conduit from the power pole under the new paved sidewalk, so that it'll come out the other side and we can then connect it along the outside of the sidewalk instead of, yeah.
Oh, I see, yeah.
Drainage ditch or something?
There's actually not going to be a drainage ditch because the grade is a lot higher than the adjoining lot, the library. It slopes down quite a bit, so it's just going to drain into the library. So the lighting is not going to be in a drainage ditch. It's just gonna be beside the sidewalk. Yeah, so that's Cardina. I think, I don't know, any questions?
When is that expected to be finished?
Cardina or the lighting?
Everything? When would it be functioning again?
End of November.
Okay.
Last day of November is when their expected completion is. So that's all I know. I haven't gotten an update since they started, because I was not here last week either, so that's all I know for now. And then the lighting will be next year if it doesn't go in now, because we'll need to wait for the next budget cycle. The active design guidelines, which hopefully everyone had a chance to review since the last meeting, went to council last night. Reception seemed good. Everyone seemed pretty happy with it. Councillor Nicholson did request that it be shared with developers in draft form for their feedback before we make it official. So that sounded reasonable to me. We'll probably get together a little focus group of on-island developers to talk about it, but That should be going ahead, hopefully adoption in November, and then we'll have some community engagement in the spring next year. Pedestrian network update. So this is the safety improvements for the Seven Hills walking trail. Urban Systems has come back with their work proposal to evaluate it and make recommendations. Council technically didn't have to approve it because they already approved the project budget, but it went to them anyways, so they're aware all the way through. And they approved the work proposal, so we're gonna go ahead with that review. It's gonna take 2 months, so hopefully by the end of November we'll have a good idea of what we can do. We're also going to be incorporating Matthew's proposal for rocks,
Yeah,
No
boulders,
the rocks,
the boulders.
Miller rocks, as one of the things to ask Urban Systems to look at. That's all I have. Any questions?
Nope, and then that's.
Are the rocks supposed to go down the side of Seven Hills?
Were you here when he had the PowerPoint? Oh, no, he was proposing that in areas where people were prone to parking on the trail,
On Seven Hills?
on Seven Hills.
Yeah.
Because some of the areas are wide enough to park on,
Yeah.
and people park on them, and then people walking that have to walk onto the street. He's like, put some rocks on there, people can park on it. But you could still have safe room to walk.
Yeah.
So that was the proposal.
It's mostly before the actual hill,
Yeah.
like in the neighborhood, just prior to heading out.
Yeah.
Fishes.
When is the review gonna be finished?
End of November is the estimated timeline.
And excerpt from September 9. Okay, we already did that.
That's just-
That's the information thing. That's it, Emma?
Yep.
You're good with that? Okay, next one we'll have to defer because it's Councillor Hawking with the Belleville Transportation Society update.
And that is very busy, that's it. Oh, no.
Nope, nope, and then the fact next it's Tyler and David Hawking, but we'll let you take it over the time.
What am I updating?
So just the ferry advisory, there's a standing agenda item is an update from FAC. There hasn't been anything to update, I don't think, but maybe you could
Yeah, the
tell
last,
them that you're gonna be meeting on Monday, and do they wanna tell you?
the last action item was that we would try and get regular updates starting after Monday. But I can tell you that the agenda for Monday has the winter refit, Horseshoe Bay Terminal redevelopment update, Performance Term 5 update, Snug Cove Terminal waiting room update, and bathroom facilities, as well as contingency planning. An update from the summer meeting where the chair of the FAC would have attended the BC Ferries major meeting downtown, anti-idling enforcement, TAP forms, and future ship replacement for Bowen. Those are all on there, as well as the fact that the rate increase has been capped at 2.3% for the next 5 years, which is less than what BC Ferries felt would give them a robust service if there was any downturn in traffic or other negatives to their operation. They feel like they can probably pull off that budget, but if anything goes wrong, they'll be cutting all of these new bits of service that we've gotten in the last year or two. Those will be the first on the chopping block, as well as things like our bathroom upgrades and that sort of thing. So they were hoping for a bit more, but they didn't get it. So I think that's pretty much it. As well, I will add the move your spaceship update board up the hill, please.
Awesome, awesome.
The next ferry's
Oh, no,
arriving.
the sign.
Yeah.
And
Oh, sorry.
did someone suggest talking to them about their crappy Wi-Fi?
Yes, there was something that came in today or yesterday about Wi-Fi, but I think this has already come up, and I
They
think-
upgraded it too a couple years ago, but it's still bad.
well, I remember hearing them talk. They get this one all the time, and I believe the issue is largely They have a huge number of people coming into the terminal at once, and everyone who gets there goes to log in, and it's just this massive surge in traffic which shuts it down. That was the update I got a few years ago.
But a few years ago, it's still the same amount of people coming in, but you got Wi-Fi.
Well, I mean, today I
I
use the
mean, I
Wi-Fi
really
just
noticed
fine.
Really? I tried today.
Do you have an
But,
excellent phone?
Yeah, what phone do you have?
The bridge crew are all watching Netflix.
Yeah, and then the ferries, they had thought about, so when I last heard, they were mostly concerned with the major crossings, and they weren't going to get a satellite link for the middle of the crossing. Like, they can get decent service from repeaters till they're a certain distance offshore, and then they would have to go to a satellite connection, which for that number of people, they didn't think was feasible. But I don't know about Bowen, maybe they could. But I think that would be on the agenda too.
Do you know if there's any, like, I know that there's electric ferries happening north of, well, the smaller routes up north, or where are we at in terms of getting electric ferries?
On their capital plan, our replacement ferry is the Island Sky, which currently runs behind Nelson Island.
Yeah.
And that one is very similar to the one we've got, I believe. But, I mean, however, the ones they're now calling electric hybrids are, I believe, the same as the Queen of Capilano. It's a diesel-electric drivetrain. There's no batteries.
Well, we were at the last meeting too, the FAC meeting. I think they were saying that the Queen of Capilano is just in its midlife. So we have another.
It's midlife.
25 years.
Yeah, they're not.
Yeah,
gonna
they're
do
not
anything.
replacing
And they're not
it.
refitting it in any way? No plans to?
No.
Not for that. But they also don't feel they'd have charging infrastructure.
Yeah.
We asked at the last FAC, they claim that their engineering department will have studied this significantly. We asked, I can't remember his name now, to write us a letter just educating Bowen Island about where we stand on that type of thing. However, I believe the guy who said he would do it may have just left BC Ferries. If I'm getting the names right. But we'll ask again, because that was brought up at the spring meeting.
Then we have, David was gonna talk about the alternative ferries conference report, which we'll defer. BIMTAC schedule changes, so again, that was a, idea that we would have one or two less BIMTAC meetings to facilitate the PAC meetings.
So then the November meeting.
So the November meeting would not happen, but then maybe we would have something in, was it late November or
Yeah.
early? Yeah,
Maybe late November instead of some,
and then no December?
Sure.
Is that okay for you?
do you understand what's happening?
Yes, I do. We're canceling one out.
Well, there was a
Back.
deal, it was kind of
Yeah.
a trick, it was a trick to get people to join the fact, and it worked.
Yeah, exactly. So, I mean, would that work with everyone to have a meeting in, I don't know do you have any dates?
Like the last week of November and then not do one in December.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and then not until the new year kind of thing, right? So,
So say, Tuesday the 19th is a Parks and Trails.
But
Thank you.
Okay,
Bye.
now,
See you tomorrow.
what we need to know, Scott, getting to that, oh no, this is November, not December.
We've got a
Maybe
meeting
some
on November 5th. We've got a meeting on November 5th, regular.
Well, we're saying
We'll say we'll
instead
cancel
of
it.
that one,
Oh, instead of that, having
instead of
it
that one,
later.
we'll have one
I
Is
later.
there
heard
having
you
a-
say instead of the December one.
Both.
Did I?
Yeah, no,
Yeah.
because
So one instead
one
of two.
instead of two.
Okay.
So instead of canceling the November one and we have one in December, we do one in the middle, so that it,
How about the 25th
So
or
that's-
for the 26th?
That's fine, I think you're the one.
I'm the one.
Yeah,
When I come to that, but I'm only one person.
We have one on the 26th already,
that was our original schedule until Linda came along, we moved it to the 1st instead of the 4th.
I still haven't been
Can we do a Wednesday? And now you have to attend.
Depends how I'm doing in choir.
I'm good, I'm good with, I don't believe no, I don't have anything.
Wednesday the 27th, you're in
okay.
choir.
Yeah, when's our next game?
But
The
it's going well.
21st. Last second, third Thursday of November.
one of those things, but it's getting awfully close to the concert.
Yeah.
Isn't it choir Thursday?
My choir's Thursday,
There's, are you doing,
or sounds.
Okay,
What
focus.
about the 16th? What was the week before you proposed it? You was good.
Is there any conflict with anything at Bix?
On the 19th?
Oh, yeah.
That's the problem too, everybody's.
No, but that's in December more than we have to worry about that, so.
The 12th is Tuesday is a council meeting.
Yeah.
The 19th, the Tuesday is Parks and Trails. Wednesday is open, but.
Wednesday the
20th.
20th. So I'm
I
open
could
for
do
any
Wednesday.
dates. I'm good for any dates, so I'll let you guys.
20th is good.
20th is
good.
Yeah,
Is
It's
everybody okay
usually
with the 20th?
dead fat after my schedule for work, so.
So November 20th?
So, sure.
Okay,
Instead of the 5th.
instead of the 5th. So then, and then,
So can we, no, what was? Okay.
do we?
And we're not the 27th?
No.
I'd have to miss it either way. If it's
Is
the
you-
20th or 27th.
Yeah.
I'd have to miss my bar practice.
Does anybody object to the 27th?
No, I don't object.
You don't object? I don't object.
I'm
It's
good.
fine with me.
27th then?
Thank you, that, because then I'm not here every single night and I can see my kids.
You
Oh,
want
so it's all about you.
It's a little bit about me.
Sure.
That's okay with you guys?
Yeah,
Yes.
everybody's good with 27th? Okay, perfect. November 27th.
So then cancel the 5th, right?
Yeah.
No 5th and no.
Okay, so don't you guys do it, I'll do it.
Yeah.
And it'll mess, so it doesn't mess with your systems. So we're moving the 5th to the 27th,
Mhm.
okay? I
And
wanna add
canceling the
Jason.
3rd, right?
Pardon?
And canceling December 3rd.
Yeah, but let me do it.
Step in the system.
Well, just because it'll start, you'll start sending things to other people and everyone freaks out. Council walking is the worst for this, I gotta get in front of it for now. And then counseling, okay.
Is that good? Okay, so, we call an adjournment. And again, do we do the motion for adjournment? No. Okay, call the meeting adjourned. I was totally like, I was sweating bullets there for a while, so I was watching the time and it looked like we were gonna be so far behind. Because
Well,
David's not here.
David's not here, so
Yeah,
that's
half the
it.
stuff we
Save
can
it.
talk about, so, but no, it's only.
Quite good sleep.
Yes, I definitely will. Oh goodness. I've got Tammy emailing me for sleeping bag. Oh, the kids are for the trip tomorrow, I think. Eek. Good night.
Freya,
Good night.
Good night.
Thank you. Good night. Yeah, all the kids are going to the big house, the grade